It is 5 o'clock on a cold February morning. Wing Commander K.S. Suresh steps into a staff car that will take him to an air base of India's western sector. The black car passes through barrack type of houses and stops at an Air Force security gate. A uniformed guard recognizes Suresh and salutes him smartly. Behind the gate stands the MiG of the IAF squadrons, each under a different commander. K.S. Suresh, known as Cookie, commands the 321 squadron. At 5:20 a.m., Cookie is in the flight planning room. There are maps and identification charts on the walls. Today's order for Cookie is an air strike at Batala, Punjab at 7 a.m. He will lead a two-plane formation against the enemy 17th Armored Brigade of a hostile country. This mission is assigned by Command Headquarters. Wartime conditions are practiced as real as possible. On this day, Cookie is too busy to worry about the risks. He calls the meteorological officer to get the weather report. Thick clouds at 550 meters. Visibility 5 kilometers. A haze at 400 meters. West wind at 15 kilometers per hour. And slight air disturbance. Now, marker pens, rulers, protractors, and compasses are laid out for him on a long wooden table. Cookie takes out a map from the shelf and chalks out the path and speed of the plane. In 1 hour, the mission is planned. Then, he goes to another room and discusses the target with an army officer. Squadron leader Bandal Tyagi is present there. He is Cookie's wingman on this trip. During these exercises, rank means nothing. Only 20 minutes are left before the engine starting time. Cookie grabs his helmet, oxygen mask and lead set and walks to the servicing station. There, he examines forms certifying that every part in the plane has been checked. Then he walks around the plane to check for leaks, loose panels and pins. There are none. So, he climbs into his seat, connects his oxygen supply and radio. Next, he pulls out a safety pin from the seat and then goes live. If he pulls the cord, the seat with a parachute will rocket 200 meters out of the aircraft in less than a second. Finally, the last compulsory check before takeoff. The takeoff, which stands for trim air pressure, air brakes, ailerons, flaps, fuel instruments, oxygen, hydraulics, and pneumatics. Now he begins to taxi. On the runway, wingman Tyagi joins him in another MiG-21, which is a single-seater fighter plane. Takeoff permission received. The two pilots accelerate the runway. Their wingtips are just some centimeters apart. They lift off at 360 km per hour and soon climb up and get to 950 km per hour. It is 6:45 a.m., 15 minutes before their target time. At 6:55 a.m., they reach their first checkpoint, a village named Neerthal down on earth. Cookie begins to time his target. As they rise up to 450 meters, Tyagi's plane rocks violently due to air bump. A bit bumpy here, says Tyagi on the radio. Breakfast may come up before the bomb goes down, Cookie jokes. Two hunters appear far to the right as enemy planes. They turn away and vanish. There are clouds all around. The earth has disappeared too. The MiGs are fast approaching the target. Now, both the planes dive below the clouds. Their planes are flying lower. Cookie sees the target, an enemy tank, and he releases the bomb. This is the perfect opportunity to rehearse attack procedures and bomb aiming. At the time of firing, the automatic camera captures the action. The two planes circle and then come down on another target, a bridge. There was a strong wind, therefore they released the bombs earlier, but with accurate calculation. We have got it right, they say. Visibility has become worse. Let's go home, says Cookie. Back at the base, they report to the army man. He admired them. Commanders, your planes were in the right place at the right time. You have given effective support to the army. Like every Indian fighter, pilot Cookie Suresh does several hundred hours of flying in a year, generally 2 daytime flights and 1 night sortie. This means that more than half of his working hours are devoted to flying, mission planning and reporting. For the rest of the time, 41-year-old Cookie is an attack instructor, an air combat leader, and a teacher of accurate weapon delivery techniques. He also sees that all the pilots in his squadron maintain this proficiency. Every few years, a pilot is rested for a year or two at a desk job. The wing commander of the 321 Squadron, K.S. Suresh, is proud of the IAF. So is the IAF.